Hey there, I am Justin. I wanted to come into this space and explain briefly about the human body, the electromagnetic temple of who you truly are, and DNA, the ladder of consciousness through the matrix. So I'll just give you a bit about myself and my story. So in 2021, 2020 to 2021 um, yeah, from 20 to 2021, I went through a stage 4 aggressive disease. I then had stem cell transplant in late 2021, and probably about 4 to 6 months after that, two questions came up for me, and they were, who am I and why am I here? And this led to an inward spiral, which we call it a spiritual awakening. And basically, I started to grasp knowledge and wisdom of the human body, who we are beyond the flesh, sacred geometry, metaphysics, physics. And what I found was that the world wants us to be distracted for not finding out this information of who we truly are beyond the flesh. And the whole world is a distraction. You know it, I know it, and if this video has found you, it's no coincidence. And this is probably what you've been looking for, to finally grasp some knowledge and wisdom to help you remember who you truly are on a multi-dimensional level. That's right, a multi-dimensional, not a single dimensional, a multi-dimensional being. So the first thing I want to go through is that this first part, the human body, the electromagnetic temple. So with this photo here that I've beautifully drawn, the brain and the heart are very important within the human body. The reason why is because the brain produces electrical signals, thoughts, logic, control. And the heart produces the most powerful magnetic field in the body, which is 100 times stronger than the brain itself. So both heart, brain combine to form your electromagnetic field. So your aura, resonance, signal to the universe. So you're literally a divine channel. So this creates a electromagnetic field around you, which they call a toroidal field, as most spiritual communities, mystics, and all that have stated. And there's actually scientific evidence of this as well. And science and spirituality are catching up to intertwine with each other more to bring out the truth of who we truly are beyond the flesh. So, and the reason why I want to make this is because why hide the truth in plain sight? Literally, the truth is in plain sight. And I wanted to be that person to come out and explain this all to you so you'll be able to get a grasp in detail in bite-sized pieces so you can understand and remember your divinity of who you truly are beyond your flesh. So, as I was saying, the brain and heart. So the heart is not just an organ. It's the sun radiating within you, coherence into your field. So you literally broadcast your state of being, hence the heart-brain coherence technique that Joe Dispenza teaches. So basically, when you're in heart-brain coherence, you're in divine harmony, divine alignment kind of thing. And I'll get into more depth of that in this other side of consciousness, reality, and the DNA. So basically, the human body is made up of atoms. So the little green things here that I've drawn beautifully. So atoms are 99.9999% space. So 99.999% empty space is the unseen, which is the metaphysical side. The physical side is the seen of what we can perceive. So this is all metaphysical bound kind of information that I've, I guess, pieced together for you to grasp by comprehending it. So what we call matter is just energy vibrating slowly enough to appear solid. So basically, it's like this whiteboard, for instance. We see it in a solid state form, but when you microscopically go deeper and deeper to its actually true starting form of when it manifests into the morphogenetic field of the actual physical reality of the whiteboard, which is the metaphysical side, it's just matter. So the unseen space is not empty. It never is, and it is always filled with potential, memory, and light. So that's why, for example, with what humans perceive consciously, what we see through our eyes, we can only see under 1% of the light spectrum of reality, we call it, that manifests in physical form. When the unseen comes in, 99.9999% empty space, that's where the potential lies within. This is the thing where we get confused, is that we always seek external validation outside of ourselves, and external things outside of ourselves, but that's only less than 1%. The real potential is within the empty space, the unseen, the metaphysical side of everything. So this is how powerful we are when we, I guess, understand and comprehend that imagination, intention, and knowingness. You collapse time and space with those three things, because your heart and brain are incoherent. And when it's used for the highest good of not only for yourself but of humanity, you can create heaven on earth on this world. But we'll go into another thing like that probably further down the track. So the ancient Egyptians called this empty space net. So basically, it's like a green gridded space, kind of like, I guess, if anyone has seen the Hunger Games, you'll see in the dome how they're playing. In the first one, especially, that Katniss Everdeen shoots the arrow to the dome. So that's the green grid that is within the empty space, and the Egyptians really saw this. So basically, your heart is magnetic, your brain is electric. So hence why electromagnetic beings that we are. And your brain is the masculine energy, and heart is the feminine energy. So the law of polarity, the law of duality comes in, masculine, feminine, light, dark, kind of all corresponds with interrelation of the whole human body as well. Now, with the title, how I've titled it, Hue, H-U-E, the human body. So this is our true essence, right? Obviously, again, the people out there, the elites, want to control everything. Excuse me. We all know that. The truthful Hue-Man spelling in human form is H-U-E-M-A-N. So what is Hue-Man? Hue equals light, man equals form. If you put two and two together, you are a being of light form, light in form. So the description of hue is tone, shade of color, simply light vibrating at different frequencies. So hue implies frequency, energy, and spectrum. So you are many frequencies, colors, many layers of light experiencing physical form. So you're literally a light being walking in physical form. And when you get your auras done, there's specific places around the world that you can have your aura taken photo of. I know one place specifically. I'm in the Gold Coast, and there's a place in Byron Bay called the Crystal Castle, and this is where I got my my aura field checked, and it makes starting to make sense now how everything is electromagnetic, which is color, sound, vibration, frequency, light, spectrum with in physical form. So you can see once you get your aura back, the specific colors dictate specific chakras, and specific chakras dictate different specific colors. And it's fascinating that when you start to understand how everything is sound, light, and symbols, you get to know who you truly are as not only a walking physical being, but on a multi-dimensional level as well. And on this as well, with the human body, because we're vibrating so subtly, like I was mentioning here, atoms, what we call so matter, that we slowly enough to appear solid. So when we are literally sacred geometric beings that are vibrating subtly, that the human mind cannot comprehend or see because of our spectrum of light that we can only perceive under 1%, like I touched on before. So there's a whole lot more depth to go into on the human body on this, but I just wanted to get this out there just to get a baseline idea of who you are truly beyond the flesh. Um, and yeah, so that's part one of the human body, the electromagnetic temple.